Hello, in this video I'll be showing you how to answer the BMAT 2004 Section 2, Question 3. So we have this equation where we have copper plus nitric acid goes to copper, nitrate, water and nitrogen dioxide. And we're asked what are the values of Q, R, S and T are needed to balance this equation. A lot of students approach this question by using a process of trial and error. However, this can be very time consuming and could lead you nowhere. So what we're going to do instead is simplify 4 unknowns to 2 unknowns and then use simultaneous equations. So where do we start? So by looking at the equation, we can see that the only quantity we know is that of water, and we have 6 moles of water. So we know that we have 12 lots of hydrogen atoms on the right side. So looking on the left side, we can see we have one compound that contains hydrogen. So we can see that in order to balance the hydrogen, R has to be double 6, so that means R is 12. Now we've got 3 unknowns. So by looking at the equation again, we can see that on each side of the equation, we only have one compound on each side that contains copper. So that means that the values of Q and S have to be equal. So now we only have 2 unknowns, and we've balanced the hydrogens and the copper, so what is left is to balance the nitrogen and the oxygen. And I find it best to draw out a table and list what's on each side. So starting on the left side, for nitrogen we can see we only have 12 atoms of nitrogen. And for oxygen, we will have 3 lots of 12, so 36 lots of oxygen. Now looking on the right-hand side, for nitrogen, see we have 2Q in the copper nitrate, and T lots of nitrogen in the nitrogen dioxide. And for the oxygen, we have 6Q plus 6 plus 2T. So to be balanced, the left side has to equal the right side. So for nitrogen, that will give us 12 equals 2Q plus T, and we will label this as equation 1. And for oxygen, we have 36 equals 6Q plus 6 plus 2T, and we will label this as equation 2. So now we have 2 simultaneous equations. So you can either rearrange for T or Q, or you can spot that if you multiply equation 1 by 3, you'll get 36 equals 6Q plus 3T. So now you can equate equation 2 and equation 3. And then you have 6Q plus 3T equals 6Q plus 6 plus 2T. The 6Q's cancel out, and if you subtract 2T from both sides, you'll get T equals 6. So to find the value of Q, we can just sub in this value into equation 1, and you'll get 12 equals 2Q plus 6, so 2Q equals 6, and that means Q equals 3. And since Q equals S, that means S will equal 3. So here we have our 4 values needed, using algebra and no guesswork.